Hi, I'm Joanne Carey. Welcome back to my channel. Today, the guides come through with a message around the energies, around intention, and manifestation as we continue to lift and hold higher level frequencies. Through their energy of their words, they're bringing through a transmission that is supporting us in weaving and threading into the higher dimensional frequencies to support us in stabilizing and maintaining that energies that we are then co-creating our life from. I hope you enjoy and benefit from their message. Ashita ki kia toto tomora koi kia tata maka toko to shiti ata ashita ko rashiti atata arashiti atata arashiti atora kora shia. Ashati kia sata marakai kia shatukora ai kia sata arakoya shi kia sata mara ura shia tama aukwa. Take a deep breath, please. Ashati kia sata marakoya shi kia sata marakaya sia tamakotoya. For this moment, please just receive. Ashatamai kia sata marakora akataya si kia sata marakaya si kia satakura amakaya a. Deep breath, please. Shh. There is so much going on this planet at this time, so much that you see with your physical eyes, which is a manifestation of the past choices that have been made both as individuals and as a collective, and all of what is being unseen that is happening concurrently across multiple dimensional realities, across multiple octaves of frequency. There is just so much excitement going on this planet. And by excitement, we mean accelerated energies, excited energies. Ashatakia satamarakai kia satamarakoya shikia. It sort of seems for us like fireworks. There are lots of fireworks, lots of bright colors, lots of iridescent waves of light. And as each one of you receives the light, your field lifts and brightens. Ashatikia satamarakaya. And as we have brought through in a previous transmission, many of you who have been electrified and have received a lot in your system have been integrating that, and that is going well. We do encourage you to continue to work with the transmission we brought through or any other mechanism that you find supportive in soothing and balancing your energetic system. That really is your key operative at this time, to allow yourself to maintain full groundedness in the body that you have while receiving an opening to your true multi-dimensional natures. And as the body integrates the energies, more and more will demonstrate itself in your life out pictured. And we wish to simply remind you that it takes time still to move between the energetics, the changes and shifts that you have energetically, to how that changes and shifts in your lived experience. It is very common, and we would say not particularly beneficial, for you to receive energetic transmissions, for you to receive energies for your benefit, and then immediately when it doesn't outpicture in your life, you think that you've done something wrong. You think that it didn't work. You think that you are not enough or in some way have failed. And we wish to remind you again that that is not the case. You are still living in an idea of linear time, of which case it takes happening in the energetics first, through the idea, through the transmission, through the intentions, working its way down into your physical vessel, your physical body. And as it becomes more dense, and it then gets manifested in your experience. The higher in vibration, the higher in consciousness and frequency you're able to hold, the shorter the distance it is from the energy, the idea, into your outpictured reality. This is why you have such things as almost instantaneous manifestations of some things that are completely, in most cases, directly within the control of your experience. For manifestation becomes, even in the case of very rapid manifestation, it becomes still a latency when it requires a great number of people to be participating in the activity. So as an example, if you are looking to create a community and you're wishing to provide a service or a retreat, as an example, there are many souls that need to participate in order to make that manifestation a reality. And everyone in their free choice gets to decide their role, whether they choose to accept it at this time or otherwise. And so there can be a latency effect even when manifestation energy is very high. So in all of these cases, we suggest that know that it is done. Begin practicing and affirming to yourself that it has already happened in the energy, and continue to focus that it is done already. We've used the example in the past of you purchasing a train ticket or a bus ticket to a certain location. And once you have that bus ticket in your hand, you are all set. And do you worry and be concerned that it hasn't shown up in your life yet? That it didn't immediately, as soon as you bought your ticket, the bus didn't pull in for you to hop on, or the train for you to hop on? No, you wait. And you simply allow yourself to be in the moment. Perhaps you read a book. Perhaps you look around the station that you sit in. But you are not worrying about the fact that you might have done something wrong, or why is the bus not attended here yet? It must not be coming. Of course you would not do that. You keep the bus ticket in your pocket or in your book, and you wait until the ascribed time, the perfect time, and then you approach the bus when it arrives and you get on and continue on your journey. That is still very applicable to you right now. Don't limit yourself or contract yourself down, thinking that you're not doing something right, that you are not opening to new senses, that you're not having these multidimensional experiences. Or in simple manifestation, you are not getting what it is that you think that you want. But know that as you lift and shift your vibrational frequency, as you maintain the higher frequencies more and more of your time, the time it takes to get from the thought, the focus of the energy, to you outpictured becomes quicker and quicker. And the best thing that you can do in the moments that you are in is to allow yourself to be at ease and at peace, and doing the things that bring you joy, that you are called to act to in the moments that you are in, so that you can continue to maintain that high level frequency. For do you understand that as soon as you start worrying that maybe your manifestation isn't coming true, maybe you're not going to have enough money, maybe you're not going to find this person that you want to have this relationship with, then you're actually lowering your vibrational frequency. And then that is actually delaying the time it will take for the manifestation to come, and it may not be at the highest level because you have been perpetuating the worry, the fear, the not enoughness that will keep you in a slightly more dense vibrational frequency. And again, you know that like attracts like, and so the more you can maintain your vibrational frequency at the higher level, supported by your guide teams always, you are able to bring through the highest outcome that you can based on the frequency that you're holding in any now moment. Just receive the energies, please. Many have gone into their heads. Allowing yourself to flow down from your head, seeing yourself now in your heart center, just allowing the egoic mind, the mental structure, that has just moved up there and is now wondering if you're doing it right. You are doing it right. You can't not be Shikia. It is your natural state to be a creator, and the more conscious you can be of the thoughts that you're thinking, the more conscious you can be, the more you will benefit, and the more you will maintain higher frequencies. That's your practical step. And this one has brought through a transmission of her own in order to speak to mastering your thoughts. in terms of tracking them. Shikiata akotoya shikia sata marakaya. So as we allow some energy and we intend some energy to come and support you in moving out of the mind and into your heart, ashatakoya shikia, this is easy. Ashatakia tokoya, remember how important intention is. Ashatakia satamarakaya sikia. Intention is directing your energy to a particular action. So as you intend to be in your heart, you are. Remember, this is even how it works with all manifestation. When you intend to be somewhere in your mind, when you say, I'm thinking about this past thing that happened, you are transported there. When you are wondering about this future event, you are being transported there. When you are asking to be in your heart, you are moving there strictly through your intention to do so. That is how you create as an creator being. And as you accelerate your energy, as you lift in consciousness, that directed thought, the idea, the intention you have, creates the outcome. That's how you create when you are not within the physical body. That quickly. Thought, outcome, thought, outcome, thought, outcome, which is why you chose to be here on Earth right now. It is much more difficult to understand consequence of action if you have an immediate outcome. It is much more impactful to the soul for learning and growth to experience having a thought and then having to live through the different experiences you have as you realize the outcome of that intention. Do you see how glorious that is in many ways? And why it is such a beautiful place of learning, this earth plane, for you get to have all of the experiences of wondering what is happening, then seeing how others respond to your intention or how the energies manifest, so that you can continue to have ongoing experiences over and over again, always tweaking and changing your focus, your intention, your desire, and seeing how that actually plays out within a co-creative space where you are creating with everyone else doing the same thing. How does your intention and focus, being held at the level of frequency you're at, impact, influence, and change the outcome when you are playing with many people, co-creating with many others who are also learning and developing their skill of being creators within the physical plane? And you are all being called more and more to become conscious of how you are creators and how you are co-creating your reality with everyone and everything around you. For everything is energy, as we've said before. You are in co-creation and at every step of your day with every breath that you take. And it's the joyful pleasure of seeing how that outpictures, how that actually transforms and becomes your lived experience. So simply just receive. We've been sending and transmitting energies through our words, and we're just going to bring a bit more of a focused attention to you to support your conscious creations. Ashatikia satamara, supporting your energy systems. Ashatikia satamara koya. Allowing you to be in receipt of the high vibrational frequency. Think of us as supporting you, buoying you up, floating you up, so that your energy system can feel and note and begin to interweave with the high frequency we are bringing through for you right now. Every time you come into these types of spaces, these high vibrational spaces, your energy system becomes more and more acclimated. It becomes more and more tethered to this higher vibrational frequency. This allows more easily for your energetics to align more quickly to the higher frequencies more and more. Very similar to the external application of this that this one talked about in a previous episode of her podcast around the ingrained paths of your neural pathways. It is similar experience as you entrain to the higher level frequencies over and over again. You develop that connection, that thread of connection becomes stronger and stronger, bigger and bigger, until ultimately you find yourself living and being in that higher dimensional frequency. And you may feel, as we've been speaking, your own energy systems lifting. You may have felt a little bit of floating. You may have felt your crown and your third eye opening further, feeling lighter and brighter as you are being held up. And as your system, in its agreement to these higher frequencies, is interweaving. You might think of it as little light threads coming from your energetics, weaving in with the energetics of the plane that we speak from, embracing that higher dimensional frequency, becoming more friends with, becoming more aligned with these higher dimensional frequencies, and to support your creating from this place. Take another deep breath, please. We have to emphasize to this one and to all who listen that your breath is life force. You are breathing source light into your cells, into your being, and that is very supportive to your physical system. So please do not forget to breathe. And we say it's quite easy for you to forget to breathe because you are sensing and feeling the higher frequencies. So begin practicing with breathing while you're in these higher frequency energies to support you in continuing to be in your full breath, continuing to receive more of the energies that are available here for you to support the physical vessel, which ultimately supports you in coming back to these frequencies more quickly. Another deep breath, please. Ashatikia satakura shikia satamarakoya shikia satamarakaya sikia satamaya. Just allow yourself to be aware of what you're feeling, how you're sensing it in your body. Ashatikia satamara. Feeling the high vibrational frequencies touching and moving around your energy systems as you allow, as you say yes. Ashatikia sa, supported by your divine self and guides. Ashatikia satamara. Gifting you with this energy bath, if you wish, Ashatakoya Shikia Satamaikia, the space of high frequency energy to support you in becoming more you, in revealing the you that you truly are, Ashatakia Sata, for you are already this. And we just support you in moving through the layers of density, moving through the masks that you wear, the frame that you've seen and lived your life through so that you can be more you. Yes. Ashatakia satamorakoya shikia satamarakaya. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Yes. Ushatakia satamarakaya sikia satakora kora 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 shia tamikia satamora kora 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 shia tamakaikia satamora koya sia karakaya katutu atututu ashatikia asata ata ata ushatakia satamara koya shikia satamarakaya sikia satama. And for now, we are complete. If you like that message and transmission from my team, please like it, share it, turn on notifications, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on other messages just for you.